Floor anchors, the secret to staying on track when life gets messy. Hey team, and welcome to this week's episode of The Inspired Show, the show that's dedicated to helping you become the best version of yourself mentally as well as physically. Now, this week's episode is all about staying on track when life gets busy, stressful, and overwhelming, and when most people fail. But before we get into today's topic, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you've not done so already. It means you stay updated with every single episode we drop every single week. Smash a like on this video, and don't forget to share it with somebody who may benefit as well. And if you've got any questions about this topic or any questions in general, please let me know in the comment section. And don't forget, you can check us out on all our social media pages linked down below, where we post content every single day. But this week's episode is all about staying on track when life gets busy, stressful, and overwhelming. And we've all been there, where we've started off really well with our healthy eating, our movement, getting to the gym, and then life gets in the way, and that's when things go to pot. And today I'm going to show you something that I found very useful myself, and I've helped thousands of clients change their lives, called floor anchors. These are our minimum standards that keeps on track despite how busy life gets, and it massively reduces the overwhelm to keep you on track. The problem for most people when it comes to getting into shape, losing weight, getting stronger, is they have this all or nothing mindset where they believe they've got to be 100% perfect every single time around their nutrition, their movement, and if not doing that, then there's no point in even trying. For a lot of people, they're absolutely crushing it for a couple of days, typically Monday through to Thursday, smashing their steps, they're on point with the nutrition, they're getting a good night's sleep. Once that routine slips, they feel everything's ruined and they go massively off track. Not because they're lazy, they lack willpower, or they don't want enough, they're simply lacking that safety net to keep them on track. And this is where floor anchors come into play. They are your safety net. They're the minimum standards that you commit to despite how messy life gets for you. And by having that safety net and hitting these bare minimums, it allows you to stay on track, build consistency when life gets busy. When it comes to these floor anchors, I want you to think of them as baselines. Not the ceiling you reach on perfect days, but the floor you don't fall through when life gets tough. These are small, simple actions that keep the momentum going. They prevent the guilt spiral, and they make sure you never start from zero again. And this is exactly how I set them up with my clients. On a good day, a client might have a target of 8,000 steps, but on tougher days, when you have work deadlines, kids have after school clubs, stress is sky high, and that 8,000 steps feels impossible, we have a floor anchor as a backup. And this could be, example, 5,000 steps. That way, even on the messier days, we're still moving, we're still being consistent. You still burn energy, but most importantly, you're keeping the habit alive. Another floor anchor could be around nutrition. And nutrition is somewhere where a lot of people fall off really fast. So we might set a minimum protein anchor. For example, on your optimal days, when life is going swimmingly, your regular target might be 140 grams of protein per day to keep you satisfied, help with recovery, so on and so forth. But on a messy day, your floor anchor might be 100 grams. What this does, it stops you from defaulting to takeaways or overindulgence. That way, you're still feeling recovery from the wear and tear of your workouts, and you're still aiming for a higher protein. Another floor anchor we could look at is hydration, something often overlooked by a lot of people, but yet super important. On a good day, it might be 2.5 liters. On a messy day, it might be 1.5 liters. Just enough to stop fatigue, curb hunger, and keep your body functioning even when the rest of the day is very chaotic. Another floor anchor could be sleep, and this one is huge. A perfect target might be 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. But when life's messy, let's commit to 6 as a minimum. That difference alone is the line between functioning properly the next day, spiraling with low energy, and poor choices around your food. When it comes to these floor anchors, the key isn't about being perfect, it's about keeping momentum going. When life gets messy, you don't have to do everything. You just need to be doing something to keep that momentum going and keep that consistency alive. By setting these minimums, what you're doing is you're protecting yourself for the all or nothing mindset, which means you're still winning on those messy days because you're consistent enough to keep moving forward. Remember, it's not the perfect days that actually change your life long term. It's what you do on those messy days that can make all the difference. So a little bit of homework for you, set some floor anchors around your movement, your nutrition, your hydration, and your sleep. Write them down stick them on your fridge or somewhere in plain sight. Make these your non-negotiables despite how messy life gets. Because if you only plan for perfect, you're always going to fall apart when life gets messy. But plan for messy and you'll never fall off track. If this helped, don't forget to grab my free startup guide, which is linked down below in the description. It'll help you build up that consistency and start working towards long-term change. And don't forget to join the free support groups for daily accountability as well. And before we wrap up, if you're not done so already, don't forget to subscribe, smash a like on this video, any big takeaways in the comments, and share it with somebody who may benefit.